Hello, everybody. You don't know this is taking about 45 minutes to finally get started, as you can see.
I'm a giggly little bitch right now.
Megan's got the giggles, something fierce. And when I was just sitting there, I'm like,
I don't even know why.
I'm not even saying anything half the time. I'm just sitting there and just staring at the camera. I'm like, eventually she'll stop. Eventually she'll stop.
Well, you keep making like little remarks. It just keeps sending me even deeper into the giggle fit.
Yeah, sure. Blame someone else.
It's like, I've almost got it under control, and you say something. It's like, okay, let's get to it.
Let's talk about the movie we saw. As you can see, it was Bohemian Rhapsody. No, we're not talking about the awesome Queen song. We're talking about the Queen biopic that stars Mr. Roboto. I fucking hate this movie. I'm just going to go ahead and break it down there. This is the worst movie I've seen this year, and I didn't think I was going to get something that was going to top Night School in terms of just pure laziness, bad acting, shitty singing also on top of everything, which is weird. And to top it all off, just a lazy film. But I want Megan to give her opinion, and you are going to see there's a slight difference in how we feel on things.
I didn't think it was that bad. Clearly we saw a different movie.
Yeah, we do have to touch on one thing, and I will not hold this against Bohemian Rhapsody at all in terms of the film. So quick shout out to everybody who's an audience member. If you're gonna have a running commentary, keep in your fucking head. We had 4 older ladies, like the youngest was maybe in her 40s, and wouldn't fucking stop yapping the entire goddamn movie. And I was about, as one as I wanted to go down, she's like, stop saying stupid shit. Like, anytime a song would start up, or they'd talk about, oh, well, here's how we started, here's how we came up with No One Bites the Dust, or any other song, they would have to go, oh, that's No One Bites the Dust, oh, that's Killer Queen, oh, that's Bohemian Rhapsody. It's like, no shit, lady.
It was more than just that. It was just some kind of like running commentary.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was the one that was really starting to annoy me the most. Like, every time there was a noticeable Queen song.
It's like, we're all familiar with Queen's music. We realize this, thanks.
Yeah, it's like, isn't it like you're fucking talking about, I don't know. And they
weren't
like
quiet either. That's...
Yeah, like, they're talking as loud as we are now. And it's like, shut the fuck up, is all I gotta tell everybody.
Has it been that long since you've been to the movie theater that you just forgot how to act out in public?
Yeah, it's one of these, I wonder, are they the kind of assholes that go to, like, a musical and they just sit there and go, hey, you know, you sing better on this song. Oh, that's the first thing that I think Megan and me can wholly agree upon. Fuck those people. Just fuck them in the ear. Or as George Carlin says, fuck them in the asshole with a big rubber dick. They might like it, though. But to talk about Bohemian Rhapsody, those who are wondering what this movie is about, it's about exactly what you think it is. It's Freddie Mercury's story in all essence. But if you were thinking, oh, you're going to see some of the drugs, some of the actual real trials and tribulations that he went through, no, you really don't get that. There is hints at it. There's slight walking around of it. Like Megan brought up earlier when we were kind of discussing it. Yeah, we do talk about these movies before we get on camera. Because sometimes I need to get my thoughts filtered. Because I was actually in such a state of annoyance and rage. I was like, I'm not going to make any sense until I, put this into a cohesive thought. But Megan did say, well, they did touch upon, the fact of his loneliness. They didn't know where he fit in the world, especially upon his sexuality.
Yeah, he was struggling to accept himself, because with regards to the whole sex, drugs, and rock and roll thing, yeah, to him it seems kind of neutered, but...
It's very neutered. He takes
to
a
me, the focus is more on the music and Freddie Mercury's struggles to accept himself and just be able to be alone in his own company, but just, end up being surrounded by these toxic hangers-on and just being, kind of it's so lonely at the top, shut up.
I'm trying to, you're just going on. And I need to say something.
Wait until I'm done.
Go, finish.
Wait.
Fucking finish.
Go wait in your corner.
Fucking finish.
Wait in your corner. But yeah, it's just more on, like, this almost Greek tragedy that is Freddie Mercury.
But that's the problem. That is so undertoned to the point to where, first off, the whole, like, Greek tragedy thing, it's because Freddie Mercury's stupid, is how this movie pretty much portrays it. He's too fucking stupid to tell when somebody is using him, when somebody is being, and is that toxic to him. Technically, it's an abusive relationship, but it's to the point to where it makes Freddie Mercury seem like a complete and utter moron. It's so
desperate for love.
But that's the thing. That's all it seems is that, oh, he's desperate for love, but he doesn't know where in the hell to even look for it. It's like, at best, it's a minor note. Because most of this movie, like any of the songs, and like I was mentioning how these stupid twats were talking about, oh, well, that's his song. That's because if there's a famous Queen song that came up in this particular time period, which you can go ahead, and Megan does agree with me on this, it's sometimes kind of funky to place it. Like, they'll show, like, hey, it's 1976.
Yeah, like London, 1970, and then...
But it doesn't do it, like, every time it does a little bit of skip. There's sometimes where shit's kind of difficult to follow.
Yeah, where it's like, towards the end, it's like Munich, 1983, and then...
Suddenly it's 1985.
Yeah, getting ready for the Live Aid concert. It's like...
And it just feels like it happened, like, the day before. It's really jarring. And it's because of that this movie's actually kind of a pain in the ass to follow through. But instead of the movie, like, oh, well, here's the, rise of Freddie Mercury, here's the fall of Freddie Mercury, because that's another thing this movie, like, it pretty much treats his coming back as Live Aid. Never mind the fact you're ignoring the fact that Queen got together and created all the music for Flash Gordon, a movie that it just decides to fucking ignore for some reason, and made all the music for the Highlander film, again, something it fucking ignores for no good goddamn reason. There's so much that this movie just glosses over, and it feels like it's just a roller of emotions, is the best way to put it. It's like, oh yeah, you remember all these rock star cliches? Drugs? Well, not so much in the way of drugs. Oh yeah, sex? Oh yeah, we're talking about it, but you don't fucking really see anything of it. It's neutered. It feels like it has no balls. It feels like this was supposed to have been written as a hard R film showing, the drugs, the sex, and all the stuff. I mean, that would have really punched up all the, oh, well, he doesn't know how he fits in his world, doesn't know who he loves or anything. That would have fit a lot better if we saw, especially during, like, an orgy or something like that. Instead, we just see Freddie Mercury taking place in it, and fucking Mr. Robot going, with this fucking dumbass look he has, and he has the same look as when he tells somebody he loves them, as the same time when he tells somebody he's got AIDS. It's so weird, his emotion range, because it's non-existent in this film. And it's really annoying that he's the main character because of this. He does sort of look like Freddie Mercury, except for these big fucking teeth that stick out like this far out of his mouth. It's like, why did we go with the shittiest prosthetic we could find? And he just, every time he talks, it's just this, even if it's just love. It's exactly what you would think if somebody was parodying Freddie Mercury. It doesn't seem like an homage or, something that's, it's just, talking about a great rocker or anything like that. Instead, it feels like they're making fun of him. And it's kind of degrading, actually. And by the 5-minute mark, you're fucking tired of hearing him talk. And he does not shut up. That's one of the worst things. I just also like this. It's almost like a combination of Freddie Mercury and Ozzy Osbourne. It's weird. And it doesn't work. That's the worst part. And I'm sorry if I'm so scatterbrained in my thinking here. This movie does that to me.
Well, another issue you had is that you feel like it added nothing to the story of Freddie Mercury.
It did add nothing to Freddie Mercury. Like, I learned nothing about this I didn't already know.
I was saying no new information that it presented, no new spins or new perspectives on it.
It added nothing to even the genre of a rock biopic. All it is just this is Spinal Tap not being played for laughs. That's all this movie is, and that's the worst thing about this. I have seen this done so many times better. Hell, if you want to actually watch something that's really interesting, watch anything dealing with the behind the scenes of Metallica. One, they are a group that didn't get along real well, but that's another thing that this movie never really touched on really well. Is that there were times that the members of Queen just did not get along real well. But that seems to be at best in the background, and it comes up near the 3/4 mark of this movie that they break up for a bit because Freddie got off of the deal, and it makes it seem like they're just jealous because of that, or mad because he decided to break up the band, even though he could have just said, I need a bit of a break from this. How about this? We'll do this. And hey, maybe, as long as we don't go tour, but I'll help y'all still make music. I'll still be your lead singer or whatever. But no, it's just like, oh, you break up the band. Beyond that, it seems like these members of Queen were almost angelic in how much they got along. Like, at best they slightly bickered, but it's like, I have known so many other bands that actually fight, and that is the thing. Queen is known for getting into some fights. They're not quite, what the hell's the name of that group? Oasis levels of dysfunctional. They're not Metallica levels even. Well, more Lars Ulrich doesn't like humans. They do still.
TCR or John Fogerty's like, okay, fine, y'all wanna write shit?
Here, you're fucking right, I don't care. Yeah, it's not even that levels, but they disagreed from all the way back when they first came around, all the way up to, whenever Freddie Mercury finally died. But you don't see that in the movie. Instead, at best, there's a slight disagreement, and they're slightly mad at him, it seems. Because, again, the acting in this movie is really fucking bad. It's almost insulting how insulting this is to Queen. I mean, this is a larger-than-life band. I mean, they made a song that has been parodied to death, that has been emulated by others, but nobody can surpass it in the form of the title Bohemian Rhapsody.
There's like Mike Myers. Mike Myers in this movie.
Mike Myers was in this movie?
Yeah, he played that one record executive. Was like, oh, it goes on forever. And
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that was Mike Myers.
Oh, you didn't hear their commentary? Oh, Mike Myers.
I was trying to tone out the twats as much as possible. Mm-hmm. So it was like, if they say it and everything, I'm going to stab them, and I'm not going to know that I'm doing it until I wake up in the police station covered in blood.
Yeah, the whole scene where he's like, oh, kids want to something, turn up in their car and
headbang too. Whatever. I didn't know that was Mike Myers.
Yeah, like, would it have been a bit funnier?
No, it still doesn't make it any funnier. Because that is the thing. It's like, it doesn't make this feel interesting. That's the worst part. Instead, it just looks like, oh, well, they were a band who created a song. Thanks, fuckfaces. Like, at best, like...
They did their own thing.
But that's just the thing. It's not that they did their own thing. It's like they made a song. There's nothing to it other than that. It's just they made a song. I mean, we don't see any of the creative geniuses that much. Like, it's sort of touched upon a little early on, but very little. Like, it comes up a little during the not really making of Killer Queen, a little bit during Bohemian Rhapsody, and then it stops after that. Instead, now it's like, we got to have the Freddie Mercury show, and we got to have Mr. Robot. I'm sorry, I don't remember the actor's name. I just remember he looks like really just the whole time.
Yeah, that's why I usually call him Mr. Fishface.
But, yeah. From there on out, we don't have any reason why these songs are being made except for they are making songs. And hell, even then, why are they making songs? Because they're making songs. There's slight mentionings here and there. It's like, oh, well, we're trying to, make something new. And that's the part where I began to really lose my patience with the movie, was with the making of Bohemian Rhapsody. That was a big deal for them. That was a big experiment for them. And yeah, it was actually kind of panned by critics, which was one thing they kind of showed. But it didn't have any point. It was just there, just shows like, well, critics thought it was bad. Look how wrong they are. It's like, yeah, the song is fantastic, and critics were wrong then. Why don't you do that for any of this other bullshit? Again, it's one of those that I think you could have had Todd in the Shadows sit there and talk about it, and it would have been 4,000,000 times more interesting than this film was. And that's just the worst thing. Is like, this movie is supposed to be about these larger-than-life band, and it's not interesting. It's boring, in fact. Like, I think Megan can even agree with me. It's kind of dull. Beyond any of the music, because that is the one saving grace. Except for when fucking Mr. Robot's singing, he's doing his best Freddie
impression.
Yeah, he's trying to sound like him, but it sounds like a bad Freddie Mercury impersonation. It's like, still not doing good here, man. And I don't get why don't just have Freddie Mercury going over him. Who cares at this point? It's like, would you care that, hey, we have a much better singer going over this shittier singer? It's like if everybody overdubbed Adam Levine with Freddie Mercury. I wouldn't give it two shits. That'd be a good thing for everybody involved. This is a worthless movie. In terms of adding to the genre, it added nothing. In terms of talking about the band, it added nothing.
I will agree with you there. It's like I said, the focus more on the music, their musical genius, and especially like focusing on Freddie Mercury, on his pathos.
In a way, but it made a guy who was larger than life, instead of living up to that, instead it made him feel kind of dumb and made him feel really, really boring. And I know some people are like, well, they're trying to humanize him. There's a point to humanizing humanizing somebody who did seem very larger than life, but at the same time, they still have him spouting out bullshit here and there, where it's like, okay, that is not something that you're trying to humanize. You're not doing a good job then. And I know that was probably their goal, is we're trying to put a face to the man. It's like,
yeah, really trying to portray his struggles.
But they didn't, because again, it's neutered. It's a PG-13 biopic. It's a PG-13 movie about a guy who had a lot of sex with a lot of different people and had a lot of drugs too. And at most, you see him take a single pill. Ooh, and you see a table that looks like it got covered in powdered sugar at one point. It's like, oh, it's cocaine, man. Like, do something over the fucking Beatles. Like, that actually would have been a much more interesting story.
I was saying that, yeah, as far as like him getting AIDS,
Mm-hmm.
It almost kind of comes out of nowhere because, like, he's supposed to be a relationship with this guy Paul, but he's like sleeps around with all these guys and
Guys and gals.
and
That's a Freddie Mercury thing.
but no one really stands out among his lovers except for Paul and like this one guy he befriends at the end, Jim.
Yeah. But it feels so out of left field. It feels so...
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, I won't agree with you there. It's like, I feel like it would add a bit more gravitas to him getting AIDS if they had, like, at least getting closer towards the AIDS reveal. You know, reveal him sleeping with some guy and, you know, not being safe about it, or...
Yeah, like, just have a moment whenever they're, you know, he's in this, like, dark room and you could have, like, almost like flashes of different colors similar to... Or it looks almost like a Queen concert, but, you know, they're in this, like, orgy and see different body parts of different people, you know, and he maybe has a condom in one hand, he's just so fucking drugged out and he decides to sniff a line of something or drops a pill or something and just drops it and just dives into it. Go trippy. Get balls deep weird with it. This is Freddie Mercury. It feels so...
Yeah, that could have been one idea to, again, give gravitas to it, especially if you didn't know, like, who specifically had given him...
I don't think they still know who did it. Because, I mean, he slept with...
Yeah, he was...
Hundreds, if not thousands of people.
A bit promiscuous.
A bit. Well, hell, they bring up this one lady who they try to... Oh, it's the love of his life, love.
Yeah, it's like Mary who's... I think he was married to for a little bit.
Yeah, they were married-ish. And
I think he considers her love of his life because she knows the real him. Unlike Paul, who he even points out, like, hey, you don't really know me, you just know, like, who I want you to see. You know, whereas Mary, like, she's real. You know, she was there even before he got famous.
And he creeps on her and she falls in love with him. That was weird. You just sit there going at her and she goes, I like your cat. Hey, your skin smells like it tastes good. It's so fucking weird every time he's talking. Cause it's just this thing. It's like he's a hair lip. It's weird. It's so fucking bizarre. And it just takes you out of most of the scenes he's in. But yeah, Mary... Again, it's one of those... This movie feels very neutered because instead of her really being angry with him, it seems like, oh, well, you're bisexual. And at the time, this play probably would have had a lot rougher of an idea or reaction to her. She would have, you know, been angry at the fact that why did he not say something sooner? Anything, just, she's like, well, you are here. Okay, I'm walking away. That was a very nonchalant way of dealing with the fact that your marriage
sad. It's like, okay, well, I've, you know, settled all my life. You know, I love you, Mary, but, you know, in this case, it's something he can't even help. She said.
But it's one of those that she just seems so...
Like, yeah, it's very, like, enlightened attitude for the time.
Not just that, but it's also such a blasé way of acting. I figure she would have been much angrier that he didn't say something sooner. And I think that's what she probably would have said. Even if she had a super enlightened, you know, nowadays attitude for it. I mean, she would have reacted, you know, just like, why couldn't you have said something sooner, you bloody idiot, you know, something like that. Instead of just, oh, you just, here you are. I'm sad. I'm going to go in the other room and go, you know, drink and go watch telly. The fuck? It's not quite how she said it, folks. I'm just kind of, you know, making fun of the fact that everybody in this seems to be very, I'm mad. Can you put some oomph in your voice then?
They're British, to be fair.
I know the British are all automatons, but this is almost giving away the fact they are automatons.
Hey, they're not automatons. They're funny sounding automatons.
Okay. But it's just like everybody's just, oh no. Oh, I spilled my tea and I just drowned a baby. Okay.
Okay, Gavin.
It's so... They're just like... They have the same attitude throughout this entire movie as spilling a cup of tea as learning that he has AIDS. It's very off-putting that there's so little emotion to everything. I think that's where my problems constantly have. This movie feels emotionless. It feels lacking in so much. Just, there's so much color. There's so much force of personality. Who is Freddie Mercury? He is almost a cult of personality, if you want to use Living Color's saying. You know, he is more than just his music, but that's the thing. What is his movie's main focus? The music, and they make it like that's the only thing Freddie Mercury has. That's kind of terrible.
That and the band was just supposed to be like a family.
Yeah, and they just 100% really get, like, they have 95% of the time they get along swimmingly well. I don't get along with my own family that well. And that's fucking saying something, that this movie, again, is just so soulless. And that's where I have all my grief with. This is just a bland-ass movie. And, again, I maybe wouldn't have so much issues if this was about, like, I don't know, like Flock of Seagulls. You know, somebody who... they're famous for a little bit of something. Not a band that really did define like my early love of music. In fact, also really got me into learning more about the more intricate stuff of music. Like learning about the bass riff of No One Bites Dust. Realistically, like they just... In fact, that one actually angered me there for a second. I'm like, let me just shut up about that because I'm going to scream for a few minutes. But another one bites the dust, just he's sitting there just strumming. They're like, oh, we'll do that song, we'll use that bass riff. Thanks for this thing. And it's just, oh, I just came up with this in the last 5 seconds. And they already had all these words supposedly written for this fucking song that they just...
Trying to condense the music process, obviously not.
But that's the thing; they do that. They just.
I would say they're trying not to go into as great detail as they went with their most well-known song, Bohemian Rhapsody.
But that's the thing. As a person who really wanted to learn a lot about music, or anybody that wants to learn anything about bass, especially, or just musical structure, No One Bites the Dust is a great way to start, simply because, again, the bass riff is so fucking funky and awesome sounding. Instead, it's just like, it's just a thing I came up with. Fuck you, that's not how that worked. That is not even close to what actually happened. And it's anger-inducing.
Again, condensing the creative process.
But it's condensing it at the cost of an actually interesting topic. Because, again, was anything with him and Paul interesting? Or was it just this melodramatic soap opera bullshit you can see on any show that has a slight amount of drama in it? I mean, name me a show from CBS, a show from CW, ABC, NBC, Fox, you name a show, it probably has the same similar melodramatic bullshit happening between Paul and Freddie, and I didn't give two fucks about it. I'm like, I've seen that before. Because it's between two dudes, who gives a shit? And that's just the problem. The movie seems to settle on the fact that, oh, well, it's actually important and you really care about this more because it's between dudes. Sorry, I'm slipping into British and I can't get myself out of it for some reason. I'm an asshole. And that's just the thing. It makes it feel like, oh, the only reason this is so much different melodrama, because it's two dudes. Other than that, I couldn't tell you anything about Paul beyond his first name. I think he had a mustache.
He worked for them for a little bit before he became Freddie's lover.
I couldn't say anything else about him. Like, again,
I don't know what the hell he did, but
Freddie, by the seems of it.
Can't even argue with you there.
That was a good joke. But yeah, just fuck this movie. I can't believe somebody took the memory of, a larger than life band, a larger than life figure alone, and just shat all over them. It's kind of insulting how bad this is. That's the sad part, I think. But that's how I feel. If you like it, cool.
A couple of our friends like it.
I would rather just listen to Queen albums and forget this thing exists. It's easily one of the worst things I've seen this year. And again, I wish Night School was not the one that I was like, haha, I'm going to show you something bad. And I was like, there can't be anything worse than Night School. Wait, I said those words and hey, look. Ta-da. Yeah, some more friends
Clearly, we did not see the same movie.
Yeah, I actually paid attention as much as I was trying not to listen to the assholes running commentary.
And trying not to kill them or throw something at them.
Yeah, I had a cup and I was supposed to go.
No, you kept asking me to throw my cup. It's like, no.
So, anything you want to say about it? I know I've been kind of railing for a long fucking time, to say the least.
You don't say.
You don't say. You don't say. You didn't say. Anything else you want to say? Sorry, not drinking a big warm thing of jizz is just bye. Just if I put out that much, there's something wrong with me. Take me to the doctor. Yeah, or take me to church. Don't listen to the song, it's terrible.
I'm gonna push you off this thing. I thought it was not that bad. I mean, I can see how you would like see some of the problems, but at the same time, it's like, okay, clearly I got the more emotional aspects of some of the scenes. Although I will say some of the stuff with the lonely at the top storylines, like it kind of
it's been there.
It kind of dragged on a little bit. It's like, okay, can we move this along, please? And
again, not to catch off. I think it's because again you've seen this before. You've seen it in their movies. You've seen it in Almost Famous. You've seen it in any kind of rockumentary. Is the best way to put it. Love you.
What the hell was I gonna say? And I will say the end scene at Live Aid went on a little bit long.
A little?
Yeah, like it showed, I think, the full performance of them at Live Aid, like...
You're just sitting there the whole time like, come on, I really don't...
It's like, okay, this is impressive, great performance. But it's like, okay, can we, like, Reader's Digest version? Because I can look up the thing on YouTube myself, the actual performance. And, in the meantime, I'm like, okay, can this end already? I really gotta fucking pee.
Yeah, it does not help. This movie's 2 hours and 15 minutes long, and it does not need to be that long.
I was like, it's like, okay. I think I'm ran people over trying to get to that bathroom. I was like, oh my god. It's like, yes, that didn't help. But yeah, kind of an abbreviated, like, maybe do a couple songs and get the point across, and then wrap this up, Junior.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they could just ended it with We Will Rock You. Or with Bohemian Rhapsody. Instead, it's like this shortened version. I don't even know if it's exactly how Live Aid was done.
We can look it up.
Yeah. I'll look it up when I'm less angry with Queen now.
And Freddie Mercury especially.
Yeah. So.
I was like, I hate your life. I hate they made a movie about it.
Yeah, Hate Your Life seems so fucking boring. And even though I know it was a lot more interesting than this, but the movies suck. Ugh. I really feel like this is going to be like an all eyes on me kind of thing.
You just like the kitties.
There are cats in it. Ooh.
Kitty. Oh. Kitty.
Kitty. Oh, wait, she moves back again. Yeah, I think this movie's going to be very much like All Eyes on Me. the Tupac Shakur.
Well, the reason why I bring up the kitties is, as I was saying earlier, it like kind of makes sense that Freddie Mercury had a bunch of cats.
Okay.
At least the way they were portraying him, I'm guessing this is fairly true to life.
Yeah.
You know, he's like
Freddie Mercury did a lot more drugs than this movie showed.
Kind of like, full of himself and I just said aloof.
Aloof.
Aloof. Being silly.
Being?
But yeah, but also kind of craving love and attention. At least every once in a while.
Movie still blows. So, anything else?
No, that's it.
So,
what do you give this as a rating?
I will let you into because I think everybody knows what I'm going to say about this movie.
Well, then go
Yours
ahead.
is much more interesting because I think everybody's wondering what your number's going to be. And I think you've waffled a little here and there.
How have I waffled?
No, I just think your opinion might be because you were originally swinging between two numbers. I think you waffled more towards one way or the other, but you don't have to for me. I'm happy just being a dick like I am. Being a dick since 1987.
I'm almost kind of picking my rating just to spite you.
I can do whatever you want. I don't care.
I'm gonna give this a 7.
Fucking 1. It gets my 1 mil finger. It's not even good enough to get 2. It's just, this is worthless. This is the most worthless movie I've seen all year. And that's saying something. Because I watched a nearly 2-hour-long comedy that had no comedy in it. And this time, I watched a over 2-hour-long Queen movie that had no fucking Queen in it. How the shit do you do this? How, movies, stop accomplishing this weird like, next thing we know, we're going to have a Spider-Man movie that's going to have the Incredible Hulk in it, nobody else. I'm fucking confused.
Or an Iron Man movie that focuses on Captain America.
No, we already had an Iron Man movie where it focuses only on Tony Stark. Remember, it wasn't all that good. Iron Man Trace.
I know. I'm just saying, like, two completely different things.
Yeah, here's some. But hey, we need to talk about this. Yeah, we meant to do it last week, but as I even said, it's like, we're going to go ahead.
We ran out of time.
Well, more importantly, it's like, I just want to sit there and go through it. I knew that video was already long as it is. This one's going to be even longer, I think. So we're going to talk about what we're going to see the rest of this month, if I live that long. Next week, those who are wondering, we're probably going to go see The Girl in the Spider's Web. I am somewhat interested. I actually really loved the first Girl with the Dragon Tattoo movie. It was fucking fantastic. And I'm actually talking about the English David Fincher film. It was really damn good.
Just more looking forward to Overlord.
Yeah, I am actually more looking forward to Overlord. This one wants to see Girl with the Dragon, or Girl in the Spider's Web. I have to keep looking at it because I keep on calling it Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I don't know why they're going with the fourth one instead of why not go to, the Girl who played with fire, but nobody asked me. But hey, if I can, I will try to squeeze in a Overlord review for y'all as well. It'll probably just be me because I really want to see, Nazi demons or Nazi vampires or whatever it's going to be. The weekend of the 16th is going to be Crimes of Butthurt. Fucking Fantastic Beasts 2. God, it's going to suck so much. No, people probably say, hey, why not go see Widows? Well, I would like to go see Widows. Or even Instant Family with Marky Mark. Those both look demonstrably better than Fantastic Beasts. But they also look like they're going to be so much smaller films that they're not going to have a lot of showtimes, and I bet we're only going to be able to see Fantastic Beasts. So I will just blame Megan for having to go see that. Because y'all made Harry Potter famous. Y'all made Harry Potter a big deal. And all those movies, except for the last one.
We didn't ask for Fantastic Beasts.
No. Y'all made it famous. And Warner Brothers is infamous about milking stuff dry. Look at the Lord of the Rings movies. Like, yeah, they were great. I didn't need three fucking Hobbit movies. Those aren't even a thing I would include with this, but hey.
Well, we're talking about Warner Brothers. May as well.
I'm actually more talking about the fact that because of their cash grabbiness, they decided to make 3 fucking Hobbit movies when they could have made 1. But hey, you know, Warner Brothers is assholes are assholes.
Trying to can English good.
I can't do anything good right now. For the weekend of the 21st, technically 21st is a Wednesday. That's Thanksgiving weekend. We're probably going to do 2. Probably by then, I actually am going to have a changeover at my work, so I should be able to, if I really need to, do 2. Next week, I'm probably not going to be able to. Otherwise, I would. But if we can, we'll probably see Ralph Breaks the Internet. Sorry, I'm not looking forward to it. Last movie was really good for about 15 minutes, and then it was an hour and 30 minutes of pure tedium and annoyance. Then if we have time, we're going to also see Robin Hood. I'm actually looking forward to Robin Hood, even though I think it's probably going to be a massive turd. It looks at least fun. And that's what I have not got in so long. And it's so disappointing.
And you also want to see Green Book.
Yeah, we would like to see Green Book. If we can, I cannot guarantee we're going to be able to see that. If not, what we'll do for the weekend of the 30th, because I'm not sure the Possession of Hannah Grace is going to have enough of a, prolific showings. We're going to try and probably go see the Green Book. It actually looks pretty funny. In fact, I even got to see a trailer for it earlier. It looked interesting.
Well, I've seen a trailer for it, just this is a bit longer trailer.
Yeah. So, hey, I don't mind Viggo Mortensen.
I would say him and Cottonmouth look...
They're going to have fun.
Yeah.
So, hey, that is the month of November up ahead. Warning y'all, December's going to be weird. Like, the end of December, we have a shit ton of movies hitting, and we still are going to have to do our worst of. Which
and best of.
Yeah, well, worst of so far is really getting weighted down with some shit. Oh, I have had one good movie in like 2 months. It's so bad. Oh, I'm sorry, I've had 2 I've liked. In the form of Peppermint and Bad Times at El Royale. Oh, wait, I saw Hereditary last week. Oh, yeah. Technically, that came out earlier this year. And even then, Hereditary was alright. Weird, but alright.
I'm still wondering what the hell is going on. And the movie's like, okay, I think I know what's going on.
Which gets?
I was like, wait, I think I know. I'm still kind of fuzzy on the details.
So, hey, that's what you all can look forward to with us. Don't go see Bohemian Rhapsody. It's not worth your fucking time. I think even Megan would say that's not really worth seeing in theaters. The music is fine when it's actually Queen, but just go listen to Queen on Spotify or YouTube. Anywhere.
Or buy one of their albums.
Yeah. You do not need to listen to Queen by watching this shitty fucking film. So, hey, that's Bohemian Rhapsody. It can go fuck itself. Probably has, in fact. So, until then, I'll just say, everybody got AIDS and shit.
And another one bites the dust. Bye-bye.